Hi, let's go.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa if you're new here, and today I have an exciting and long-awaited review video for you guys. So I recently picked up the 1461 Beck's Doc Martens shoes, and I've had them for a few months and I've been wanting to review them for you guys since I know you all love your Doc Marten reviews. So here we go. Alright, so these are the bad boys I'll be talking about today, and I'll be talking all about the price, the comfort, the fit, where I bought them, and then I'll also be comparing them to the Doc Marten Jadon boots. So stay tuned for all of that, and I'll leave all the timestamps and links and stuff below in the description. Okay, so like I mentioned, these are the 1461 Beck's Doc Marten shoes. They're sort of like an Oxford type, So these are sort of like your Oxford type of shoes, and I have been eyeing these for a long time, and Doc Marten actually has a few styles in this kind of look with the short ankle and the lace-up look. So to start off, I went to the actual Doc Marten store in my area to try these on and to take a look at some of the different options because like I mentioned, they do have a lot of different styles that are similar with slight differences. So this is the one that I settled on. And I went to the Doc Marten store in Georgetown, DC. If you're kind of in that area, they're a great store. They have a lot of different options. And so yeah, here's a close-up of the shoe. They are so beautiful. So they just come in your typical Doc Marten box like this. And I got these for, let's see. These are the 1461 Beck's 3 eyelets, and these were $140. So to talk a little bit about the actual shoe and kind of what it looks like I mentioned before, this is the shorter ankle type style, and like the name suggests, it has the 3 eyelets for the laces, and then it has the classic rubber sole that you see in all of your Doc Marten shoes with the iconic yellow trimming. And this sole is about, I want to say, an inch and a half. So that's one thing about the different styles of their Oxford type shoes, is they have a lot of similar styles that look like this, but with different platform heights. So this one I would say is like the middle tier of all the styles that I looked at. So I looked at one that was a little bit thicker, and I can show you real quick. I have my Jadons right here, which I'll do a comparison a little bit later. But I did try on a pair of Oxfords with a really thick sole like this one. So this one is probably about 2.5 inches maybe. And this one's a lot shorter. So let me show you like this. So you can see the Jadon ones are a little bit thicker. And that's kind of the style that I initially wanted. So I tried those on, but unfortunately they didn't fit my foot too well because I kind of have small, narrow feet. So those didn't fit that well in my usual size. So I also don't really like the smaller platform size because I do like a little bit of height. So I tried these ones on. These were like the middle tier like I mentioned, and these ones fit perfectly. So let's talk a little bit more about sizing. I'm a size 6, and these I got true to size also in a size 6. So I would recommend, if you can, to go into your local Doc Marten store if you can, because the different styles of their shoes fit differently. So for example, like I mentioned, I tried on the higher platform of these shoes, and they just didn't fit my feet at all. They were too big and too loose even after trying to tighten them and wearing, you know, my regular socks. So these ones fit perfectly for my size 6 foot, and yeah. So in terms of comfort, these are super comfortable right straight out of the box. I know a lot of Doc Martens, some people struggle with having to break them in and them just hurting their feet with blisters and all that stuff. But thankfully, I didn't really get any blisters from these. I just wore some my everyday socks. I do like to pair these with kind of ankle socks just to protect my ankle area, and I kind of just like to look better in general. But overall, they're really comfortable. I've worn these quite a handful of times. I've had them for about, I want to say 4 months, and so far I haven't had any issues with them. The only thing I would say that was a little bit bothersome is the tongue of the shoe right here. That would rub against the front of like my ankle area a little bit, but other than that it wasn't anything terrible, and it kind of went away after like 1 or 2 wears. And so I would just recommend to wear these a few times. They're pretty comfortable straight out of the box like I mentioned, but I can see this area kind of rubbing against some people's ankles uncomfortably, depending on what your ankle looks like, because we all have different feet. But yeah, I love these. I could probably wear them every day. And again, like the sole, because they're so thick, they're really comfortable and sturdy. So also some additional details on this. I kind of just want to talk about the stitching, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Apologies for the bad lighting, but the stitching looks pretty good. Nothing too major that stands out. The only thing I would say is this piece here. Let me see if my other shoe has it. So I fixed the angle a little bit, but the only thing I would say is this leather trim along the sole of the shoe. You can see where the leather kind of cuts right there, and they kind of glued it together. And it's not glued together very cleanly, like it's kind of obvious, but it's on my feet and it's fine. No one's gonna really notice. And it's just this shoe. So this is the other shoe that I have, and you can see here the gluing is a little bit cleaner. Obviously you can still see it, but there's not much of a gap as much as the other one. So there is just that little thing along the trim, but other than that, I have no complaints about how the shoe is made. So like I mentioned that I would do, I will give you a comparison of the Jadon boot and the Beck's Oxford shoes. So you can see here, obviously they're totally completely different styles. This is a higher ankle boot and this is more of an Oxford shoe. So that's kind of just a simple comparison just to get that out of the way. And again, with the soles, the Jadon boots are a little bit thicker and higher, which is really nice. I just always like a little bit of height because I'm only 5'3", so that's always a plus. But these ones give a kind of nice subtle boost as well. In terms of the sole, they're exactly the same. You know, it's just their iconic rubber soles, and they're super sturdy, and I haven't had any issues with it wearing down yet. And let's see what else I can compare. Oh, so I guess the biggest thing is the finish of the shoe. So these ones you can see are a little bit shinier. They're not quite patent, but they are shiny in a different material. But if you guys want a more in-depth review of the Jadon boot, I do have 2 review videos that you can check out. I'll leave it in the description box below. But I love these, and these are a great pair to go with them. So yeah, like I mentioned, these are a little bit shinier. You can kind of see the shine on them, but they're not patent. And then these ones have more of a matte finish on them, although the sun's shining, so it looks kind of shiny. But they are matte. And like I mentioned, I've worn these out a few times. This one still looks pretty good. And the only thing, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there is a slight crease right here, and I don't think I can capture it on camera, but it's really subtle. It's nothing major. They still look pretty good to me. It doesn't bother me. But on my other shoe, I do have a slight scuff on them, unfortunately. So let's see if I can get this. So you can see there, I do have a slight scuff, and I thought maybe it was just like dirt or something, but it is a scratch on the shoe, which makes me kind of sad, but some people kind of like that look. Obviously, Doc Martens, sometimes you want to go for that rugged look, so it kind of adds a little bit of character if you like that. So unfortunately, there's a little scruff there, but again, it's really small. So you're not going to really get that on the Jadon boot because I think the shinier material kind of protects that. So you do have to be a little bit careful with these if you care about that. But overall, I don't even know what I was doing. I think you can still be pretty rough with these shoes given like this sole. Something must have just hit this by accident. So yeah, that's basically it for these Beck's Oxford Doc Martens. TLDR, I love them, and I think they're a great shoe staple to have. I had been eyeing them for a while and wasn't quite sure if I would wear them too often, but I just bit the bullet and bought them spontaneously when I was visiting the store, and I have no regrets at all. I think they add such a cute look to all my outfits, and you can pair them different ways. You can make them girly or edgy. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing a styling video on how I like to wear these and style them. So if you'd like to see that, leave it down in the comments below. Let me know if I left anything out, if you have any additional questions that I may have missed. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that review, and I hope this helps you with your decision whether or not you should get them. I would say you should because I absolutely love them. But yeah, let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to review. I think I will do like a follow-up review video for these, so subscribe to get notifications for that, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!